Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is still Thursday, October 26, 2023. So, we have to talk about this, the failure of the system, right? But I'm sure that it will be all twisted up in the news. I'm sure of that. But anyway, we're going to talk about the failure of the system. What went wrong? Why did things go wrong? And in my opinion, I'm always going to give you my opinion, right? There was two failures of the system in this situation. Well, more than two. A couple things that should have been handled much differently. We're going to go over here. I saw Lucky was out earlier, so I thought I would show you him today. He is doing well. I came in and checked this morning, and I hadn't seen him. And I'm like, where is he? I went inside and looked, and he was in on his roost. It's nice being shy. He's behind over there. Let's see what she does. So there he is. Here's Mr. Lucky. Hey, Lucky, what you doing, buddy? What do you think? Huh? Good little rooster? Come on, Hella, here. Come on, good girl. Okay, let's get into this. So by now, we all know what happened up in Maine. The total numbers I don't think are out yet, but an individual went in. And of course, you know, just the way they describe, I watched different things, and the way they described him and everything else like that, it was just, the whole thing was crazy. Well, as of making this video, I did not see that he had been captured yet, or taken out yet, or his body found yet, because I'm thinking that's a possible suicide down the road here. But right now, there was still, last I knew, there was still a manhunt for him. So if this is different when I make the video, you know, that'll be fine. But you know, we'll find out what's going on there. But anyway, so the situation is, you have an individual that is a firearms instructor. So he knows what he's doing. He knows how to handle weapons, the whole 9 yards, militarily trained, right? And he was in a psychiatric hospital for 2 weeks earlier this year because he was hearing voices. Okay, that, you know, that can happen. The problem that I have at this point with that whole situation is, why were his guns not taken away at that point? And if they were, how was he able to get his hands on another weapon to be able to do what he did? So there's a failure of the system there. The other failure of the system is, with the restrictive gun laws that the state of Maine has, its citizenry was unable to defend themselves, okay, when somebody came in with bad intentions. Like, people will ask me, you know, why do you carry all the time? Right there's why I carry all the time. A situation like that is why I carry all the time. Because you never know what could happen, where it can happen. I'm sure that night that the folks that went out to have a pleasant evening bowling weren't thinking that some lunatic was going to come in there and shoot the place up, right? I'm sure that the people in the restaurant who were in there having a nice dinner were not thinking, hey, we better be careful, some lunatic may come in and shoot the place up. So those are not things that you're thinking about. But if you are able to defend yourself instead of being a victim, then you could end that situation and save lives. That's my take on that. I really believe that we need to be able to defend ourselves, because the only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun, folks, is a good guy with a gun. Joe Average Citizen, that they are continuously restricting more and more is not the problem. We are not the problem. The problem is that people that are criminals, people that are crazy, you know, they're getting their hands on things and they're doing these type of things. They don't care about the gun laws. Remember that, okay? It's just like New York, and obviously I talk about New York a lot because I'm obviously originally from New York, so I had to deal with that insanity up there forever. restricting the high-capacity magazines. Now you're no longer allowed to have high-capacity magazines. If you get caught with a high-capacity magazine, you can be criminally charged, right? That's part of the issue. Also, with the magazines that they have, of a 10-round magazine in New York, you're only allowed to have 7 in there. So let's do the math on that. The criminal who doesn't care, let's say he has 3 or 4 high-capacity 30-round magazines. So he has access to 120 rounds of 120 rounds of ammo. Me, Joe Honest, law-abiding citizen, has the same 4 magazines, but I have 10-round magazines, and I'm only allowed to have 7 rounds in them because I'm abiding by what the laws are, which, oh yeah, by the way, infringes on the Second Amendment, so they're not constitutional anyway, but that's another whole different story. I would be having a grand total of 28 rounds to be able to fight a guy that has 120 rounds. Because guess what? He don't care. My arm just got hit by Hella. That's what that was with the camera banging. She hit me with her nose because she's a snot bag. Aren't you? Little snot. But again, the system is a mess. An absolute mess. This is an absolute failure of this system, in my opinion, because law-abiding citizens are continuously being disarmed, unable to defend themselves in situations like that when that happens. Now, the odds of it happening are not that high. I understand that, and I get that, okay? But the reality is they do happen, and we don't know when they're going to happen because the criminals are not going, hey, you know what? I think that I'm going to do this, that, or the other on this date. They're not giving you that information. They just get it in their head whatever day they're going to do what they're going to do, and they do their thing. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to hear what you guys think of this whole situation, how it was handled, and everything like that. Like I said, to me it's a failure of the system. Citizens not being allowed to protect themselves, and the government officials with somebody that is having mental health issues. Again, another one, right, with mental health issues. Is it the gun's fault? Or is it the fault of the mentally unstable individual? Let me think, right? So let's just do the math on that one. Again, these things are going to continue to happen. They're going to try to use these as an excuse to disarm us, of course, once again. And it's insanity. So, again, I would definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on it. Remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in so much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us using race, religion, political affiliation. It's all nonsense, doesn't mean a thing. Let's work together as human beings. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one stopping you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.